Today we're going to look at this 61-year-old squat progression in 4 months and his deadlift progression in 4 months.
Hey gang, welcome back to Mark's 60 Plus Fitness Journey. Today I want to briefly talk about strength training and my progress in said strength training. As you may or may not know, if you've been watching my channel, I recently implemented strength training, and that strength training includes barbell squats, deadlifts, rowing, and military/overhead presses. Well, this morning was my leg day, and on my leg day, I do squats and deadlifts, and I'll alternate between starting with squats and finishing with deadlifts to starting with deadlifts and finishing with squats. Well, today was a squat first, deadlift second. And I just wanted to document the progress I've made since I started doing this. And I want to show you how this has gone. And I'm really stoked about this because for an old guy, I'm making pretty good progress. And this has been incrementing pretty well. So what I do is... I've mentioned this a few times. It's a linear or progression type of approach. I'll work on a given weight, say squats, say it's 285. Say I'm working at 285. My goal is to do 3 sets of 5 reps at that weight. And as soon as I can do a solid, legit 3 sets of 5 at that weight, say 285, I move up 5 pounds. Or in the case of squats, I move up 10 pounds the next session. And so let me show you what I've done here and show you how it's gone since inception. All right? So let's start with squats. I started doing my squats on October 3rd of 2020. And I remember this day vividly because it was ugly and very difficult. I did some warm-up sets, and generally it's 3 or 4 warm-up sets to get to my working weight. And on this day, it just so happened to be I started at 205 pounds, and I did that by 5 reps. And on this day, I was able to do 3 sets of 5 at 205. And the first one I had recorded was on October 19th, and I'll show you that here.
This 225 here was like 2 weeks after I really started squatting, and I think I had jumped up quite a bit because the first time I did this on October 3rd was 205, and this is like 2 weeks later, and it's at 225. I just wanted to get to 2 plates on each side of the barbell, to be honest with you, just so I would look like I was somewhat legitimate with my squats. Since this time, I've kind of fine-tuned my squatting technique a little bit, which you'll see a little bit later on. But I was pretty jazzed about this workout as I remember it. So this was 225. I did 6.
Okay, so as you saw, that was 225 at 5 reps. And I hadn't gotten my belt yet then either. Now this morning, I was working at 285 by 5. And when I started out this morning after my warm-ups, this really felt heavy. I did not see this happening, but it did. So let me show you my last set of 285 by 5 this morning.
All right, so here we are at my 3rd set at 285. Now with these squats I mentioned earlier, I think I've fine-tuned, at least to a degree, my squatting technique. I do wish I was a little bit more vertical there, I think. Right here, see I drive my hips up a little bit there? I think you can see that. What I'm focusing on is staring at a spot about 5 feet in front of me on the floor, and when I get down to this position right here, I'm focusing on pushing my hips up to drive the squat upward. this was a good set. After watching this video, it looks harder than I actually felt like it was. I was actually contemplating doing six reps here, but I didn't because I had the deadlifts following this up. But it was a fine squat session.
So, as you saw there, that was my third set of 285 by 5 this morning. The only thing I will say about my squats is I'm working on my depth. I would like to get a little deeper than what you saw on those squats. Just an aside, right now my PR in the squats is 315. I wish I had tried this up here in October just as a reference point, but I've got one now. This is 315, and this was almost 2 weeks ago, and I'm pretty certain I can do more than that now, but we'll see. I'll try this again in a couple of weeks. Now, deadlifts. I avoided deadlifts for a long time because they're hard. To me, they're harder than squats, just physically demanding. And I was a little afraid of them. But I did start deadlifts. I talked myself right into it. And on January 10th, my first session of deadlifts, I started out after some warm-up sets as a working weight of 225 by 5. And I did record that, so let me show you that session too. And disregard the haircut there, by the way.
I do vividly remember doing this deadlift workout. I had done some warm-up sets and it was feeling uncomfortable. I got to this 225 and it felt even more uncomfortable and heavy. But there it was, the third set at 225 on January 10th, 2021. That was a good start, and there you go.
As you saw, that was my first deadlift session using linear progression, and it was 225 by 5. Now today, this morning, I followed up my squat session with my deadlift session, and I didn't expect much, but again, it went well. It went way better than I expected. After a couple of warm-up sets, I set my working weight at 315 pounds, and I did 3 sets of 5 at 315 pounds. So let me show you my last set of 315 by 5 this morning.
Okay, first thing of note here is I've since changed my grip to a mixed grip, one palm forward, one palm facing backwards. This being the third set, I was pretty smoked by this time. This felt very heavy, but with these deadlifts, once I get past that first rep, I'm pretty good. Again, I was really stoked with this deadlift session, and this was after the squats, so making good progress in the deadlifts. Liking it.
So, as you saw there, that was my third set of 315 by 5. So my next deadlift session, I'll move that up. I'm going to move this up only 5 pounds next time. I'm going to go up to 320. And this I'm very jazzed about. That's not a lot of time there. And, maybe 4 weeks. And it's just incredible to me that I've gotten that much better at deadlifts. So just imagine what you could do. Just imagine. And just as another aside, my deadlift PR is 355. I did that I maybe a week ago. I'm pretty sure that's right at my PR right now for the deadlifts. Might be able to increase that a little bit. My squat PR, I'm pretty sure I could increase that by 10 or 15 pounds easily. Okay, there you go. I just wanted to take a minute to talk about strength training, particularly for older folks. Wow, phone rang. Then my camera battery died. So, I'm back at it now. As I was saying, I just want to talk about strength training, in particular when it comes to older adults, 40, 50, 60, 70-year-old. I would just strongly encourage you to look into barbell strength training if you're physically capable of doing it. Barbell squats, deadlifts, rowing, overhead presses. I'm jazzed by it. And based on what I see here, I see a linear progression for a while here, and I'm just having a good time with it, and I literally feel better. I'm right now hovering around 180 pounds every morning. That would be about a 7-8 pound gain of weight since probably early November, I would say. And I can feel no appreciable body fat gain. I just think I've actually gained some muscle mass. I really do. And I've taken running out of my daily activities. So I don't run anymore. I just do this heavy strength training. Now, this heavy strength training is not all I do. I usually start my workouts with my heavy strength training and then do some other auxiliary movements, which are documented in my other videos. But again, I'm super jazzed by this today, and I just wanted to take a minute to let you know and encourage you to look into it at least. So, if this has been helpful, useful at all, give me a like. Hit that like button. And if you haven't already, click on that subscribe button. Let's keep this group growing. And while you're at it, click the notification bell so you know when my videos are going to pop in. And again, thank you so much for visiting. I really do appreciate it. Your comments and generosity have been outstanding. I just can't tell you how much I do appreciate you guys and gals. So, until next time, go get 'em. Mark out.